This is a 3-foot high baffle by 25 feet long, double closed in. And we're going to put it on this side hill to show how effective the baffled AquaDam is.
Pretty close where you want it? Like that?
Okay. You can see the baffles sewed in here on the top. We're putting up several blocks to compensate for the hillside. And this is how we do it. Later, these blocks will be taken away. Taking a picture of the closed end, the other end's the fill end, and it's on quite a hillside. And this is a test to see if we can get this AquaDam to sit on this much of a hillside. We're also going to use a rope and these tie point loops and tie the AquaDam back to the fence here to give it additional support while it's filling so it does not move. We're going to use 2 ropes. And we're going to add 2 additional braces because it's really quite a hillside. There's the ropes being tied back. We've got our braces in place and it's ready for the water. 1 more brace on the end. This is where the water's going to want to run to first, is on the end. Okay, we're using 3 ropes to tie off this 25-foot long AquaDam. Here comes the water. Water's going in this side, this tube inside. Because this 3-inch blue hose was already in the AquaDam, the AquaDam was built around the hose. It's kinked here on the end because it's making a complete turn, and so we had to massage it to get the water to unkink the hose so that it would flow in freely, which now it's doing. But it takes some finesse to get that to happen. The water's running in this side, it's running down along. You can see where it's pulled in here, and now it's going to here, and then to here, and it's already back into here. We're going to add another brace here. You can hear the water rushing in. That sound's coming from right here where the kink is at the end. Now the idea here is to get this water here high enough so that we can put water in the other side. So we have to have braces to first start here. And after a little bit of water, then we're going to put it to the other side. And that's about now. Now we're going to disconnect the one hose. And put it in this side, which is the upstream side, the uphill side. Well, this one sounds like it's going really good without having much finesse. We shoved these fill tubes back up into the dam here, as far as they'd go. Now this water's going in this side now. And then at the end of it, it can go around to both tubes. Or both sides. It's just one big long tube. Well, so far the ropes have no tension on them hardly. All of the work's being done by these boards. We have to elevate the end because the corner here is higher than the end of the fill tubes. You can see how we're going to change this side here is as high as this side is now. So we're going to disconnect this side. We're actually going to fold it back over itself so no water drains out. And connect the other side up. So now we're going to put water on this side. Now, this end is lower, water's already gone around. The end is opened up. Now we're going to fill this dam up. Now we won't have to take this hose and put it to the other side again because the water's already going to run around the end. We might have to slow the rate of intake for the water to compensate for going around the end slower than what it can be pumped in, but it should flow there around the end on its own. We're going to prop this end up here a little bit here. Well, you can see the difference in between Seth and on this side and Mike on this side. They're both the same height. That's the slope of the land. It's pretty severe. So far the installation's going great. We've overcompensated for the slope that's going to fill up with no problem. And there's quite a bit of air being put into it, so we're going to walk the air out starting right now. So as they walk, this end here is all the air that the pump is being forced into when it's pumping the water in, air is going in also, and you have to burp your AquaDam. And this is what it takes to burp it to get all the air out. Now we've left a hose here for air to come out of, and air is coming out. Is that correct, Mike? And the air is coming out right here out of the end of this hose. And we're forcing the air that's in the AquaDam out, and it eventually has to come out through this fill tube hose.
Better than it was.
Oh yeah, well you're not done yet, don't give up.
Right in that corner right here.
Take a couple of those blocks away. We're going to take a couple of the blocks away. Here's the one on the end. Wait a second, Seth. One at a time. Let's do this other one here on the end. Now work together. Okay, that's what it takes to get the block out. We don't want to, because they're just cut, we want to make sure the edges of the boards don't so you can see how the one side here where the water's coming in is higher than the other side, so we're going to change it over. It didn't run around the end as fast. Well, the pump is pumping air, so we are going to have to bleed this double closed-ended unit off for the second time to get rid of this trapped air. Now you have to do this as it's filling and not wait until it's completely filled, because the air has got to come up and around the end here, and you have to have enough weight with the people that are walking on it. I'm going to join these two, and there'll be 3 people walking on it, and that'll get rid of the air, hopefully. Well, this is what's happening with this little dam here. So the air is trapped in here. These hoses were not taped to the top. They're on the bottom. And there's one reason for this is so if a siphon started, any air pocket, if it was taped to the top, well, the air would bleed out, and but then you would be sucking the water out of the bag off the top. And the other way is it's on the bottom here, but yet it's not releasing the air. So the air has to come out through the folded plastic here. It's got to be pushed up and around. So this is going to take a little bit of effort to get this air out. So, and this is what it takes. You can see how flat the AquaDam is behind. This is air right there, and we really don't want that in there. So the longer we stand here and force pressure here, a little of the air is bleeding out, and that's what we're going to do. You see the bag moving right there? It's burping. You can actually hear the water. And it's burping up the fill tube. It's just one big long piece of plastic inside, and it's coming up and it's going to come out the end, and that's what we mean by burping the AquaDam to get rid of the air. If your pump, fire hydrant, garden hose that's filling the AquaDam puts water into it. Listen to it. See it? Watch your fingers. One here and one out of the other tube. Yep. Here we are with the air out. We're going to turn the pump on idle so it doesn't quite fill up so fast, and it will pump less air that way hopefully. And when you're taking out the boards, there's the post of the board, and this board we want to just pull straight out if possible. We don't want to go shake it back corner to corner like that. No, that wouldn't be, you're just digging the edges of the board in. Why don't you take out the next one? Now the AquaDam still sits there, and that's because of the baffle on this hillside and the two inside tubes. Why don't you remove the rest of them? I don't know, leave that one there. We're going to leave this one board in here just for a safety measure, and why not? The boards but they only play a role up to a certain amount, and then they can be taken away. Now once the AquaDam goes back down some point down along in here somewhere, then the boards won't be needed. But if you're going to remove this AquaDam, it's going to roll down this hill if you try and take all the water out of it. The pump's still running. It's running into this side. And the ropes feel like they have what tension on it?
A little bit.
Why don't you undo this first rope? We're going to undo the first rope. It's tied right to here, and the AquaDam moved over a little bit, and now it is all AquaDam. We removed the rope from the tie. Now in real life you might want to leave that rope on there so that when the AquaDam goes down with the level of water, the rope becomes important to it again. But we're doing an experiment here. Yeah, sure. Let that one off too, Seth. Here's the second rope. It had very little tension on it. Now the last rope does look like it has some tension on it, but I'm going to look at the AquaDam the other way.
Not very much though. It does have some.
We're going to take the last rope off of the AquaDam. There, the whole load now is being put on the two tubes working against each other, and the baffle inside the AquaDam. This is really quite a hillside. Here's the low side. And the high side. You can see the baffle is right up through there. much more stable unit if you're going to be dealing with hillsides. To elevate the fill tubes, we're going to use a board for the time being, what's known as a 2x6 board. And now the fill tube at this point is higher than the unit is, and that keeps the water in. At some point there'll be too much pressure inside the dam and water will come over this point and run out. At that point it's full. The AquaDam's full. And that's almost about to occur here. You can see it starting to leak out. But it's not quite full yet. So to get this even fuller, we're going to hold that fill tube up and keep the water running in, and then tie the ends up to itself. There's one fill tube. Here's the other fill tube. And because we want to max this dam out, we're going to physically hold it up and then tie these tubes back. Now water's still running into the to the dam. We left our one board in place, and we're getting a super good head on this one unit by elevating these fill tubes.
Up to you. Yeah.
We've used a piece of strapping to tie this tube here off so that it'll stand up. And now we're going to tie off the other one. Now we're full. This unit's full of water. Water wants to work its way up the fill tubes, this part here, and we want the water level right down here at the base of it. But when it starts climbing up, then these tubes are just going to get heavy with water weight, and we don't want that. So it's time to turn off the pump. This is a full unit. We're going to disconnect the 3-inch hose. And now we're going to tie up this other leg of the AquaDam. There you go. Now this is how water goes in and out, is these tubes. You would attach your hose to this hose, or run your garden hose down this 1.5-inch diameter hose for your water access. Now this unit here is really maxed out, but that's okay, this is a demo. But this is a tough installation because it's on a hillside. It's on a significant hillside.